Welcome to RepairStorm 101. Descriptive notes and timely status updates go hand in hand to smooth and optimize service center operations. This tutorial will step you through the basics of entering notes and updating statuses. There are 4 times to enter notes: when you create an order, when you update an order's status, when you want to add information to an order but not update the status, and when you want to tell the customer something directly. The first time to enter notes is when creating a service order. Once all other order information has been entered, enter a note that provides a summary of the problem or requests from the customer in the customer's own words. This could be something like chainsaw sputters and dies. Call customer with estimate. When you create the order, the status is automatically set to open. We'll look at the order that was just created by going to the Order Lookup page and clicking on the Open in New Tab button for that order. To check the status, click on the Status tab. As expected, we can see that the status is open. Let's talk about statuses briefly before we go on with notes. In this example, you can set status to waiting for customer info. We need to hear back from the customer. Waiting for factory info. We're waiting on a part. Complete. The work is finished and ready for pickup. When complete is selected and the update button is clicked, a final status option to close order becomes available. When an order is closed, that means the customer has left the store with the order in hand, the ticket is closed, and can no longer be edited. Note that depending on your store setup, you might have different statuses available, but you'll always have open and closed. We'll go back to our original situation where the order is in open status. The second time to enter notes is when the status of the order changes. This example order requires an estimate. Now, let's say the problem has been diagnosed and the chainsaw needs to have the carburetor rebuilt. A message has already been left for the customer providing an estimate and asking for approval to go ahead with the repair. The next steps are to update the order status and update the notes. We're already in status mode because we clicked the Status tab. Since we need to hear back from the customer before proceeding, we'll click the Waiting for Customer Info button in the line labeled Order Status to indicate our new status. Notice the 2 long text boxes. One is labeled Notes on Status Update. This is for internal notes for staff and technicians. The second is labeled Customer Notes, and that's for customer-facing notes which will be seen when the final ticket is printed. You can add customer-facing notes at any time, including at the same time you're adding technician notes, but we're not ready to do that just yet. We'll leave an internal note for staff and technicians saying the customer has been called and giving specifics. Click the Update button to save the status change and associated note. Now, when you click on the Notes tab, you'll see the new status and the note explaining why the status has changed. Now when a customer calls back, anyone in the store who answers the phone can take the customer's approval information, look up the order using the customer's phone number, update the status back to open with the note that the customer has given approval. The third time you'll want to enter a note is to add information which is not associated with a status change. For example, the customer might call in again and request an additional service. Perhaps he now wishes the chainsaw chain to be sharpened while the chainsaw is already in the shop. In this case, go to the Notes tab, click on the Add New Note button, and add the note. When adding additional notes, you must add a title to activate the green plus button. You can add a warning icon to bring emphasis to the change for whoever will be viewing the note next. Now, click the green plus button to save the note. Now the technician can check the notes and see that an additional service has been requested. The fourth time to enter a note is when you want to tell the customer something directly. Such a note can be entered at any time during the process to appear on the final ticket and be seen by the customer. In this case, once again, we'll add a new note. This time we'll use the Notes for Customer box. This is an excellent way to give the customer recommendations for useful products and future services. Remember to enter a title. Click the green plus button to save the note. From open to closed, descriptive notes and timely status updates keep your service center running smoothly with everyone up to date.